the Twitter questions pulled up on my phone, and let's get started. Jaybird946 asked, what did they say when they saw your cosplay? Also, what did they say about your posing choice? They didn't say much about my cosplay, but when I talked to Jacob at the signature table, he said that my costume was cool and that he'd rather be my guy in the chair than Tom's guy in the chair. So, yes, I won. And then, what was it? Jacob really liked my cosplay. Jacob was the one that really made more comment about the pose, but Tom was like really accepting of doing the pose I asked to do with him, so I was really happy. driedpains02 asked, what did you say to Tom when you first saw him? I just said, hey Tom, because it was so quick that I barely had time to actually talk to him. Frickin' Schnoodle asked, if you had more time, what would you say? I'm actually making a video about what I want to say to Tom. My phone! I have a video planned out, and I have written everything that I would have wanted to say to Tom. So, look out for that video. But if I had a chance to ask him something, I would ask him what his favorite AC/DC song is, because he pops up every so often on my feed, and people send it to me because they know I love AC/DC. But he has an AC/DC shirt that he wears quite often, and I want to know what his favorite song from AC/DC is. Shortney W asked, was it everything that you imagined? What does it feel like now that it's over? It's been over a month, I think like a month and a week since I've met Tom. Honestly, I feel like I'm different. I'm like, oh my god, I've met him. Like, I just feel good. Like, it's just a happy, feel good feeling. And it was everything that I imagined. Like, he was an amazing person to meet, and I just admire him even more for how sweet he was with every single one of his fans. One thing, because I was in the photo op room and I saw that Dom was there, and I waved to Dom. I was like, hi Dom, and then he turned to me and he was like, hi, and he was like really sweet too. But when he looked back over at Tom, you could just see the admiration in his eyes when he looked at his son. Like, he just looked so proud. Like, sorry, my watch is banging around, but such a talented man, and the fact that we're the same age and he's more talented than I'll ever be, I'm like, wow, my life sucks. Wow, my hair sucks. It looks good in the video when it was blurred out, but now that it's brought to attention, I'm like, oof, I'm looking rough. Estella underscore 2001 asked, was this the first time you met Tom? What was it like holding his hands? Yes, it was the first time I met Tom, and it was his first Comic-Con, so I felt very honored to meet him on his first con, and it was really nice holding his hands. Like, it was so sweet, and I explained the moment as being intimate, and no, intimacy does not have to be sexual. It can just be by holding hands or just being in each other's arms. Like, there's intimate, soft moments, and that was mine. He held my hand. Like, my hands, sorry. He held my hands, and just like, it felt so great. But overall, it was a great moment when he held my hands, because I got to look in his eyes, and he's so handsome. And I like the little wrinkles right by his eyes, like when he smiles, like a little bit, because that's how you know that somebody smiles a lot, is that they have like little lines here, and just like that's a signs of a happy person, in my opinion. Yeah, he's so. Like, looking at the picture of us, we're gonna dive into the Instagram questions. Now, we're going to dive into the Instagram questions. These were DM'd to me, and the others will be on the post that I made. My eyes are so bad, and that's how I knew, like, once I saw that I was out of focus, I really wanted to throw myself into a black abyss. Giggling Tom asked, what did Tom's eyes look like? They said this all in caps, and I'm trying not to shout because my mom's asleep and it's like 1 in the morning. His eyes, man, I could go on for probably an hour or two just talking about how gorgeous his eyes are. He has brown eyes like I do, but he has I think that people with brown eyes actually have beautiful eyes. They have like different like types of reflex in them, and all brown eyes are like really special in my opinion. But his are just so mesmerizing. I've never seen a pair of brown eyes like his, like up close and personal. Like there was like certain, I don't know, like his eyes put me under a spell. Like he has wizard eyes or something. Like I loved looking into his eyes because I just, love at first sight is like a thing. I swear to God, it's a thing. Because when I first met him though, I said to my mom, if I ever met somebody that I knew, like I knew they were the one, this specific song would play in my head, and it's Bloom by the Paper Kites. That song is exactly what played in my head when I first laid eyes on Tom in person. When he held my hands the second day, that song played in my head right again. Like it was insane. That it's just like the fact that that song played in my head the second time I met him. It's crazy. I felt like Anna, like in Frozen. How she's just like, oh my god, like yeah, just insane. My closet is talking and it's scaring me. Hey there, underscore Holland asked, what's the weirdest thing you saw at Comic-Con? That's a good question because there's a lot of weird shit at Comic-Con. You know, this con didn't really have anything weird, I should say. Yeah, I can't really think of anything that was weird at this specific Comic-Con, but at Alamo City Comic-Con, the one I've been going to for a couple of years, and there's some weird shit. Like, there's some weird cosplays that you're just like, never thought you would see, and you're just like, alright, you do you, boo. But, I haven't seen anything weird. I haven't. God, can I English? No, because it's 1 in the morning. I didn't see anything weird there, surprisingly. Tom Holland's Home asked, based on how you felt seeing him and meeting him, do you think he's going to do another Comic-Con? Or do you think he felt a little overwhelmed? That is a good question. I think it was a lot for his first con, but I think he really enjoyed it because he loves his fans. Like, he's an awesome guy. He loves his fans. I think that he will do another Comic-Con, but not right now, because in 2019 he has so much going on that I think that it's probably going to be until like 2020, basically. Like, I can't even say 2019, like, because it's 2020. I was going to say 2020. I think in 2020 there's a possibility, hopefully, or he's just a little ball and he'll keep on rolling and be like, let's go to do another con, and be like, take my money. And then my wallet's gonna be like, no. Thomas Tex asked, how much did you spend overall on your trip to the con? I really want to go someday, but I will also have to pay for my plane tickets to America, so I kind of need a guideline of what to save. And they're all different. A lot of cons, compared to San Diego Comic-Con, they're cheaper than San Diego Comic-Con. Since you're coming from across the pond and you're coming into America, plane tickets are probably going to be expensive. Hotel rooms are always expensive before cons. If you have friends that live in America or live in like the state that the con that you're wanting to go to, I would ask if you can stay with them because it's a cheaper alternative than having to pay for a hotel. That's what Maggie and I did for Comic-Con in Arizona. Her uncle lives there in Glendale, so, well, Phoenix actually, but we drove to Glendale, sorry. But the fact is that we had somewhere to stay, and we didn't have to pay for a hotel. So there's a benefit to that. Also, make sure you have money to spend if you're going to be spending money, which most likely always happens. Me at this con, not so much. But yeah, just be prepared to spend money. For food, if you're taking an Uber there, or if you have a friend that you're staying with if you have a friend you're staying with that's also going in the States, maybe see if you guys can do the split for the Uber. I don't know, maybe try that. But that's like the tips that I can give you as to what to save up for. It's just a lot of money. Like, Tom's ticket was $485 for the VIP package, and that came with a 3-day badge, Sorry, there's my thumb. They came with a 3-day badge, an autograph, and a signature, and all like the extra VIP stuff you get with the VIP thing. Iris Sign said, "Did you and Tom have a conversation? Does he look tall? What does he smell like?" And I'm gonna start playing a tally of how many people ask me what Tom smells like. First, let's answer that question. He smells like mahogany teakwood plus vanilla, in my opinion. And for me, that makes sure it smells good for me. But I related it to if you go to a bar and you find a man and you're like all up near him and you're flirting and then you get like a whiff of his cologne. I need to take this man home. That is how I felt about Tom. Like, come on, like let's go home. Yeah, I cannot buy you a drink and then we go home. Tom and I didn't have a conversation at all because it was very rushed. We had a little conversation in the autograph booth, but that was about it. He looks tall to me because I'm 5'2" and anybody that's taller than me looks tall, so he's a couple inches taller than me, so I mean that's fine with me. If I can wear like a couple inch heels and still be good, fine by me. Like, don't worry, I'm fine with it, Tom. If you wear inserts, I won't judge you. I got you. In my heart, in my soul. Underscore Spidey dot Tom underscore. What was the craziest pose you saw someone else take with Tom or Jacob? And what was Tom and Jacob's first impressions and thoughts when they saw your silk cosplay? Good questions. Like I said before with the cosplay, they didn't really react much, but Jacob did the most, especially when I talked to him one-on-one. The craziest pose, I wish I saw somebody do a crazy pose, but I didn't. People were just taking normal photos, and I was like, oh, like I wanted to see a cute photo. Tom Hall with 2 L's. DND 2013. My closet is talking. They asked, what was your favorite part about Tom when you met him? Like eyes, smell, etc., etc. Eyes, because I believe the eyes are the wind of the soul, and man, his soul is very beautiful and lovely. It's underscore hand29. Any tips for people going to a con? And then the second question was, what did you buy, if you brought anything? And let's see, the tips for going to a con. I'll give you 3 tips for going to a con. The 3 tips I would give you is to always have spare cash on you, because some people forget their squares or something happens to the square and they'll just take cash instead. Pack a snack, because the food can be quite pricey, and if you have a snack, you're good to go and you won't have to be like paying for overpriced food. And then let's say you see a cosplayer and you're like, wow, I really want to take a picture with them, but you're kind of nervous to like ask. Just go up. Okay, just go up and ask them, hey, can I take a picture with you? And you will be surprised they're going to say yes, because when a cosplayer makes an outfit and somebody asks to take a picture with you, it's the best feeling ever. Like, wow, they liked my outfit so much that they wanted to take a picture with me. So you'll make their day, and then you'll have an awesome picture and a great memory for your experience at Comic-Con. DNGTHIENBUI. Interesting name. How long did you get to meet him? Not that long. For the second day, a lot longer. He even held my hands for 5 seconds longer after the photo was taken. The first day, it was snap, next. I hugged him, I left. That was about it. P.ETRA Batters. What was your first experience of meeting Tom? Comic-Con. Out my hand. Tom makes me web ask, when will our family be able to live together? Love, your child. Well, hun, first of all, I miss you dearly. I love you and I hope you're doing well. And it's gonna be soon. I promise. Don't worry. Mama's working on it. Tom underscore Holland underscore 4 underscore life. Girl, lots of underscores. How are you feeling when you first saw him at Comic-Con? That's a good question. I felt butterflies in my stomach, and then the song Bloom by the Paper Kites played when I first laid eyes on him, and that's just like, it's a sign. Like, I was like, oh my god, it's a sign. Like, this is the song that I knew that if I ever saw somebody that was the one, that song would play in my head, and that's the song that played in my head. Peter's notebook asked, when you and Tom get married, because you will, cough cough, can you adopt me? I already have the paperwork ready. Oh my god, Katie. Katie, I love you so much, babe. I love you. Yes, I will adopt you. And at the wedding, there will be quaxin served and juice for your future father because he likes juice. And everything will be Spider-Man themed. You'll have to swing in and land like Spider-Man at the altar and then be like, oh my god, it's Spider-Man. And then he's gonna take off his mask and be like, nope, it's your fiance, Tom. Let's get married. Like, yeah, that's my dream. God. I'm a fucking mess. Underscore Sarah Chartier asked, what was your favorite childhood show other than Spider-Man? And then, I love you so much, by the way, and I'm really inspired by your Tumblr fanfiction. I might die if you actually put this in the video. Well, you're in it. Hello. My favorite show had to be Scooby-Doo. When I was going through my cancer treatment, or like when I was in the hospital, I'd always have Scooby-Doo stuff inside my hospital room, or I'd be watching Scooby-Doo on my little TV in the room. Tom Holland fan 90 asked, what was your first thought at being at Comic-Con and to know that you'll meet Tom during these days? It was like really surreal and kind of like, whoa, I'm gonna meet him. This is real. Like, this is actually happening. Like, I wasn't gonna cry over it. Like, no, that's a lot. I know that people are very emotional and I'm like, I get that, but I don't know if I'd ever cry over meeting someone. I guess, like, Tom asked me to marry him, then yes, I'd probably cry, but no, it's not gonna happen. But to know that I would meet him those days, well, my mind was a little bit everywhere. Maybe obsessed, I like the name. You might not answer this, but were you nervous to ask Tom about the pose? Also, how did you ask him? So when I first walked in, he was like taking the photos and stuff, and once it got to me, he like was drinking water and then he put his eye and I was like, hi Tom, and he's like, hi love, and he's like, ready to take the picture? And I was like, yes. And I was like, can I do a pose with you? He's like, yeah, sure. And he's like, what do you want to do? And so I asked him, like, can you hold my hands and look into my eyes? And so I get face to face with him, like, wow, like in my mind, I'm like, he's, oh my god, he's in front of me, this is real. Like, that's when I have like a moment on the inside, like, this is happening. And then so I put my hands together like this, and he places his hands on the outside. He's like this, love? And I was like, yes. His accent just rolled off his tongue so beautifully. My ears were pleasured, like, by the sound. Like, wow, it was so awesome. I love British accents, and I love hearing them in person, and to hear it come out of his mouth, and knowing how he talks, and just everything was so satisfying when he was like this, love? And like I said, just hearing his accent is just so amazing in person. He's holding my hands and we take the picture, and just like, wow, it was the most beautiful moment that I've had in my life. His eyes were so gorgeous, I got lost in them, and then I heard the woman say next, and he didn't let go of my hands for 5 more seconds, and we just stared into each other's eyes, and it was just the most magical moment in my existence. And I'm saying magical because that's how it felt. I'll never let anybody take that from me. I looked into Tom Holland's eyes and he held my hands saying, next question. Tom Holland underscore ish is going to something like Comic-Con, a good way to meet your idols. I say yes and no. Photo ops, no. Autographs, yes. Depending. I say depending because depending on the famous person, celebrity, whatever you want to call them, they have certain feelings, I guess. Like certain stars will like to talk with their fans. Some are just sign, done, sign, done. I've run into a few of those, and then I've had some really good experiences with celebrities that like to talk to their fans and everything because they're spending money to talk to you. So it is a good way, yet not a good way if you're going to want to meet them through a photo op. Depends. Some people actually like to talk to their fans during photo ops. Like I said, it depends. T. Holland Universe asked, what was the first thing you thought when you saw Tom for the first time at Comic-Con? First thing that popped into my mind was Bloom by the Paper Kites, and that will forever be a reminder of Tom now, because that's the song I knew that when I found the one 1, that song would play in my head. He means even more to me now since that song popped in my head when I met him. I should say when I saw him, not met, because when I saw him, that was the song that played in my head. Gemini thought underscore J asked, what were you feeling on the inside when meeting Tom? Like, were you screaming or chill? A good question. I was very chill, just relaxed. I was not screaming, I wasn't crying, none of the above, because I didn't want to mess up my makeup, freak him out, because some people don't know how to react to people crying. So I was just very chill. I was like, okay, cool, because I know that if I freaked out, my anxiety would have been like, oh my god, and I would have lost my shit, because I have really bad anxiety, and so if I would have made myself nervous, then shit would have hit the fan. Little Baby Quackson 4796 asked 2 questions. First one was, can I come to the wedding? Of course. Second, did you just meet Tom, or did you meet the others as well? I met Jacob and he was awesome. I love Jacob. He's the sweetest thing, and his laugh is pure. It is gold to your ears. GalXTXC asked, what did you feel when Tom was looking in your eyes? I felt love. I felt intimacy. I felt happiness. I felt all the good feelings that you could feel in your life all happening at once. Bloom played in my head the first moment I saw him, and the second day when he held my hands and I looked into his eyes. King Terran XY Ton, what did you think of the panel? I thought they were going to let people ask questions, or was that not a thing? Depending on the con, it is a thing where fans can ask questions, but this one was Ace Comic Con. They're new. I don't know. I know for the wrestling panel, because I was there on Monday and there was just all wrestling panels, but they did allow fans to ask questions, so I was kind of surprised that they didn't let fans ask questions during the Spider-Man one. Kind of disappointed, because I feel like the fans deserve to ask them some questions, because, you know, like some of the questions that the guy asked, it was just like mainly, in my opinion, a lot of them were just kind of focused in on like Tom and Spider-Man, like kind of like there's some towards Laura and Jacob, but I feel like there should have been more, and I know that the fans probably would have asked Laura and Jacob some questions as well. Susie Osterman asked, did Tom say anything to you during the photo ops? He called me love multiple times. My heart exploded. That was mainly it, besides like talking, asking how I wanted to do the pose, and asking me if this was the right way and everything, and pretty much that. And then when the first day when he took the photo with me, he was like, hi love, and then he said bye love and everything. I feel like it's just like a typical British thing, but the fact that he called me love multiple times in the span of 2 days, it's like, oh my god, is this life? Friendly underscore neighborhood underscore Michelle asked 3 questions. First one, I hate being this kind of person, but did he smell like he was wearing a specific cologne, or did he just naturally smell amazing? Another one, I'm assuming regardless he smelled amazing. Second question, were you able to see what his necklace was? If so, what was the charm on it? You know, the one he always wears. Yes, I know. And then third one, last one, did it feel as amazing as you expected to be in his arms / holding his hands? Congrats, and I love you. I love you too, hon. So first question, yes, he smelled wonderful. A man that I definitely would want to take home. I went to a Catholic school like fucking forever ago, and yeah, you could totally tell I'm like not like super Catholic, I guess, because of how much I swear. I guess that doesn't mean anything. I don't know, but I believe it's a certain saint, because it's a pendant, and I remember seeing a lot of those on my teachers' necks, and even like the head nun lady. Yeah, I don't even know what they're called anymore, because I got out of there, I pieced out, and I came back to Texas, and I went to a regular school, didn't go to a private school, so the head nun lady had like a similar pendant to Tom's, and I want to say it was a saint. I don't remember what saint though, but it is a saint necklace. Somebody does know what saint he is wearing though. And to answer your third question, yes, it did feel amazing to be in his arms and for him to hold my hands, and it was just very, very surreal. And beautiful, like just a beautiful moment that I had. Underscore Spidey Tom underscore asked 2 questions. What did the set look like behind the camera? Like, were there a lot of people and machinery? There was the lady sitting on a chair taking the photos, and there was people behind. Second day, Dom was sitting on the right when there's a line. Dom was sitting like right here. Was Tom shorter than you expected? Everyone who met him said he was. Baby is small. he's a short man, but I'm 5'2", and I haven't grown since 4th grade. I was actually able to look up to him, which was surprising because a lot of guys I either don't look up to or I do look up to, and I was able to look up to him. And granted, I'm short, and the other girls that are tall, of course, they were like giraffes next to him, like Zendaya height, but I was able to like comfortably look up into his eyes, and it was nice. Like, it wasn't like, oh my god, it was like a comfortable. Hypocrite Holland asked, what did Tom say to you? Did he say anything? How did his accent sound? Was it beautiful? It was so beautiful. Like, man, Tom, he called me love multiple times, and like, call me love, continue to call me love, call me darling, call me anything. He always says darling. Like, oh my god, I would have killed it for him to call me darling. Like, oh my god. Like, call me a trash can. Like, I don't care. You can call me dirt. Say whatever. As long as it's coming out of your mouth, I'm fine with it, Tom. Like, I love your accent so much. I feel like, thank you, Tom. You made me feel even more beautiful. Like, I don't care. As long as it's coming out of your mouth, that's totally fine with me. Ass P820. How was security? Were they strict? Yes, they were strict with Tom, with all, like, your bags. They went through a security, I guess, line thing, and I think a little bit of an x-ray thing. But for Jacob's, they didn't even have you like put your stuff in like a belt. It was just like you set it on the table. So it's like Tom and then Jacob. Like, what? He's another person. Like, he deserves security too. I don't know. Atomic Holland asked, how did the photo ops run? Like, how quick were they? What was said between you and him, etc.? They were really rushed, not a lot was said. I wish more could have been said, but they're photo ops and they have to get through a lot of people. Too Much Milk Harry asked, how did he smell? And also, how did his hair look in person? His hair in person is actually really nice. Like, I wanted to run my fingers through it, but that probably would have been an invasion of personal space. And he smelled amazing. Like I said, I want to take you home, Tom. And watch movies and talk about AC/DC. I don't know what you guys are thinking, but that's my kind of night. Maybe make some food, have a couple Stellas, whatever you want to do, Tom. I'm down. XOXO underscore Tom underscore Holland asked, do you have any advice for people that want to start cosplaying? And were you in costume both days or just one? I was in costume on Sunday and Monday, and Saturday I was just in normal clothes for my first picture with Tom. My advice to you for cosplaying is, I want to make a video about this, but my first advice would be, if you make a cosplay, love it, flaunt it, work it. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do anything, because it's cosplay. You can do whatever. There's cosplay is open to everyone, and never let anybody tell you that you can't do anything ever, because you can. And that's why I love cosplay so much, is because it's so open, and that's the most important part. And just be confident and smile, because if you're happy, that is all that matters. Larbing underscore Holland asked, how wholesome did the hug feel? My chest was up against his muscular chest. Girl, it was wholesome. Let me just say, that hug was... I hope to hug him again one day. After the hug, his hand slid down my back, and I kind of died on the inside. Tom 1996 Holland asked, was anyone fake on meeting Tom? I don't think so, but I did hear a lot of girls like competing in the line, like, oh, well, my photos could be better than yours, and my picture with Tom is gonna look so cute, mine's gonna look better than yours. I think it was a competition. Like, it's a photo op, it's yours. Like, why do you care so much? I mean, I get like looking good, but it's your idol. Like, they mean more than anything than looking good, you know? I don't know, it kind of triggered me, and I was like, oh my god. Audie, with 2 T's and 2 Y's, Holland, asked if you could have met one more person, who would have been. It would be Sebastian Stan, because I actually have a photo op idea planned. So if I were to ever, maybe once in my life, meet Sebastian Stan, I have a photo op planned, and I have only told 2 people what it would be, my best friend and my friend Brie, and nobody will know. And actually it's 3 people. It's Julia as well. They're my 2 little daughters, and then best friend, like super close people that I trust, and I'm not gonna tell anybody, and it's going to be magnifique. Rosie McNamara, how did it feel to meet him? Like, what was it like to meet someone you love so much? Love you. Love you too. It was really great meeting him, honestly, because it was something that I've been wanting to do. It's so satisfying when you can meet someone that you admire so much, and I'm just feeling very blessed that I had the opportunity to do so. Tom's Waffle, hi Haven. Was the whole thing stressful, like worrying you might not say the right thing or you won't have time to pose? Yes, it was stressful because I've never really done a photo op before, and I haven't had an autograph done by someone so big, like a big person, because Tommy's really famous right now, so I was like, oh my god, like, I don't know, like, I'm meeting a really famous person. Like, I've met famous people, but like Tom, in my eyes, is just like, he's above the stars, he's in the galaxy, he's the king of the galaxy right now, in my eyes. But yeah, it was kind of nerve-wracking, I'm not gonna lie. Oh god. And it's almost 2 in the morning. I'm trying to refilm all this footage. I'm exhausted. Stucky Barnes asked, how did he smell? Was he cuter in person? Did you cry? I did not cry. No, I will not cry. He smelled amazing. Like I've said before, he smelled so good. So good. Yes, he is cuter, and I can't even say cute. He's so handsome. Wow. I would pull an Owen Wilson on a loop saying wow. Wow. Like, wow. Wow. He's so handsome. LLEHSASSIRAM asked, what was Jacob like? Was he as sweet and hilarious as he seems? Did he make any jokes? Did you get to hear his laugh? Yes, I heard his laugh. He is funny and sweet as he seems. Yes. When I met him, he actually signed the sign that I was holding in our photo op, and he told me that he'd rather be my guy in the chair because Tom is too much to handle. He told me that. I was like, okay, this guy, bomb. He's so cool. Jacob is the sweetest guy ever. Like, so somebody gave Jacob, it looked like the Infinity Gauntlet, and I was like, oh, is that like a nightlight or something? And he's like, I don't know. When he lifts it, it was like, oh, it's a piggy bank, and he got so excited that it was a piggy bank, and it was the cutest moment I've ever seen somebody interact with an item. I'm almost done. Oh my god. Sebastian Paige. Did you feel nervous knowing it would be over within seconds? Yes. Kind of made me sad that it would be over so quickly, but I was on a high of happiness and everything else that I didn't let it bother me too much, but it was so great meeting everybody, and it just made me really happy. Tom is Fabulous asked, how was the con overall? What kind of activities did you do? There wasn't a lot to do because it was a very small con, but I got to take pictures of Maggie, and she took pictures of me, and the con was alright. I did a con review, so if you want to watch that, but it was alright, I'll say. It was good, but it was a lot of things needed to be worked on. It was good in the aspects of the actors that went, not the con overall. The only thing that was good about it was the actors that went. Oh my god, you can tell I'm so dead tired right now. Tom Quaxon 96 asked, most important question ever. What does Tom smell like? So Tom smells like a man you want to take home from the bar. He smells like mahogany teakwood and vanilla. In my opinion, he also smells like vanilla, so that is my answer. Mix Got Crocs asked, did you cry after a while before? I didn't when I met Tom, because she asked if I when I met him or seeing him. The only thing that happened when I met him and saw him for the first time was Bloom from the Paper Kites played in my head, and I just knew. Did you cry when you found out that you were going? I forgot to read that. I did not. I'm not a big crier with certain things. But I was really happy because this is something that I really wanted to do. I don't get to do a lot of things. I mainly just save up so I can go to Comic-Con to get away from a lot of things. But Comic-Con is kind of my escape, so I try and go every year and see all the cosplays, and I almost said costumes, all the cosplays, and all the panels and everything. I really enjoy Comic-Con, and that's my goal every year is to go to Comic-Con. AYSHARYER_ asked, what was your reaction when Tom held your hands? My reaction was more like, oh my god, he's holding my hands. Tom Holland is holding my hands. Like, wow. The moment when he held my hands, it just felt very surreal. Very, that's like a really popular word I've been saying, but surreal is a very good descriptive word. It just didn't feel real, but it was, like, it was happy. Tom and I's photo is actually one of the most iconic photos from his first con. Out of all the poses, one of the most iconic, in my opinion. It was very different, and I was in a cosplay as well. If you like today's video, give it a like, a subscribe, and share with your friends, okay? If you have any more ideas for a Q&A, comment them down below and let me know, and I'll take a look in the comments and I'll favorite the ones that I like. So go ahead and comment down below. I'm so tired. I'm trying to get through this and I have the hiccups. My closet's been talking and it's like really scaring me. Like it's making so many noises and I'm not comfortable with that. A genie in a bottle, you gotta rub me the right